What up, you guys? Slim here at SlimXTeampurplepanda, doing my last video for Team Weirdo. Shout out to them. We're going to discuss a trap card that I have been meaning to discuss probably since I started this channel, probably even before the idea of the channel even occurred to me. I knew that one day I'd talk about this card. Um, you know, I could get some hate, I could get a lot of love for this video, but I'm going to give the most honest breakdown of a card that just pisses people off to no end. I know it does. We are going to literally go through this card for as long as I can talk about it, about why it is so amazing and why it has the price tag that it does. So bear with me. I really don't want any negative feedback from this because, honestly, this is an amazing, amazing card. And I want people to understand that even though this card does screw you, there's a reason why it's so good and why it costs so much. So with that being said, we are going to talk about dun 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 Solemn Warning. You guys, the honest breakdown in 2 seconds is Solemn Warning is fucking amazing. For people who don't know, when this card came out, it was like a $15 card that no one cared about, no one knew about it for about 2 to 3 days to maybe a week, if that. So when I first got my warnings, I got my warnings dirt cheap. I got 2 warnings for $25. Not even kidding. One of my friends hooked it up, 15 bucks. Other guy said, "Oh, I don't know what it's worth." I'm like, "I'll give you 10 bucks." He's like, "Sure." Bam, one day I had 2 warning, and I ran them in GB because I was running GBs at the time. And this card literally threw my opponent off. They didn't understand what it did. For people who don't know, I'm not even going to read this card because I know it like the back of my hand. Solemn Warning negates a normal summon, a special summon, or a card that would special summon. Freaking broken, you guys. You have to pay 2,000 life points. That does sound like a lot. That's a fourth of your life, but I can't stress how important negation of a normal summon or a card that special summons is. So put it this way. This card has benefited me so many times, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games. I can't even tell you where Solemn Warning was the key factor. Sitting on Warning was the key factor. I'll even say today, I was on Dueling Network, dueling one of my friends, and he played 4 decks against me, and I warning key cards in his deck because I was running my Gravekeepers, and he was playing Tengu plants. First turn he goes Tengu. I'm like, fuck that, warning that shit. And then he can't get another one, so he's kind of left with a back row. I MST it. I go off and swing for what was it, 54 in like one turn. I had Spy, Spy, Recruiter, Descendant, 34. Yeah, that's 54 damage, 1 hit, set 2 back rows. Amazing, you guys. Solemn Warning is just amazing, and I know a lot of people don't like this card. I know that for a fact. People have said, "Oh, well, I can't finish my deck because I can't get Warning." Now, I totally understand that, you guys. Warning is a really expensive card. Someone told me it's $80. That's insane. For a card these days. Since Pot of Duality is getting reprinted, it makes it probably one of the most expensive cards left in the game right now. A lot of people have been wondering, people have asked me, like, I've honestly got this question, should I invest in Solemn Warnings? And the answer is yes. I'm not going to tell you no. I'm not going to say that getting Solemn Warning is a bad decision. It's never a bad decision. Having this card is so crucial, and the fact, you can run 2 is, be happy. Pray Konami doesn't put it to 1 because that would kind of suck. I kind of could see it happening though because Solemn Judgment is at 1, but Warning is just so good, you guys. Like, think about it. You're negating the summon altogether. You don't even have to worry about the effect. The effect doesn't even happen. The monster is gone for 2,000. And a lot of people are like, well, that's just bad for this game. And you know what? I agree. I will agree to that to that statement because I do agree that this is a game where monster effects are key for really showing how skillful a player is, and when you fully take away the ability for the monster to even come out or get the effect, it does kind of seem unfair. But you guys, it's Yu-Gi-Oh, it's Konami, they're gonna print cards like this. You can tell me that Solemn Warning is broken and I'll turn around and tell you Reborn Tengu and Librarian is more broken, and I'm right. Those 2 cards are way more broken than this card because you have to pay 2,000 life points. You don't have to pay shit with Librarian or Tengu. Tengu just pluses itself. It's ridiculous. So I do understand what people are saying. I know that um, a lot of people hate this card. I mean, I know that a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, well, dude, this card is garbage because I lost games to it." And it's the truth. I'm not gonna lie. I lost when this card was at 3. I got warning 3 times in a row, literally back to back, and it sucked, you guys. Like literally, it just sucked. And when that happens, I mean, you just got to dust yourself off and play again. I mean, that's the only way you can go about in this game, especially with a card like Solemn Warning. The price tag just tells it all. This is a good card, run it. And a lot of people are saying, should I invest in it? The answer is yes, you guys. Like I've already said it before on the video, but this is probably one of the best investments you'll make. Of all the trap cards I run, I always make sure my Solemn Warnings are in there. They need to be in Gravekeeper. They need to be in Samurai. They need to be in almost every deck that can run them. I've seen people run them in Plants, and you know what? That's really good. Agents run them. Every deck runs them. It's amazing, you guys. So I definitely suggest Solemn Warning for everyone's deck if they can run it, except for like Frog Monarch. But other than that, you guys, the way I break it down and the way I honestly see it is that we'll go through this together. Okay, Solemn Warning is a bitch. Let's be honest. This card is a bitch. This card springs and you're like, fuck. Like it just stopped your key plays, but it's because this card is so good that you really can't get mad at it. You would use them if you had them, and your opponent knows that, and they do the exact same thing. They spring a warning, you spring a warning. That's how this game is played, and that's what people need to understand. People need to stop hating on cards like this and doing the random bullshit, saying that, oh, it's so broken, it needs to go away. It's only broken when it's played correctly. So many people waste warning. I can't even tell you how many people waste warning, and it's really sad that you would shell out that much money or that much trade power to get a card and then misplay it so poorly. That is why I feel no sympathy for people who say Solemn Warning is a bad card and should be gone. I think you're full of shit. I think that Solemn Warning is just one of those cards. You either have it or you don't. And that's the honest thing in this game. You guys, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! This is not a cheap card game at all. You have to understand that. You have to understand that you need to invest money. I said that over a month ago when I started this channel about how you become successful in this game. Invest in return, and investing in warnings is amazing because the return is the ability to negate something. And Solemn Warning is just that good, you guys. Like literally, I can't stress that enough. You have to run it. I mean, there's no other way to break it down. You have to run it. It works so well against so many decks, and that is the key difference between like cards like this and like Bottomless is amazing. It's starting to really come back. Problem is, it doesn't negate the monster summoning. The summoning still occurs, the effect still occurs. That is the difference between this card and Bottomless, and that's why this card is clearly the better choice. Now, people say it sucks you have to pay 2,000. Who the hell cares? 2,000 life points seems like a lot, but when you're just starting out the game, you're at 6,000, you're at 4,000, whatever. When you combo this with Judgment, you pay a shit ton. No lie, you're down to 3,000 like that. But control, control, control. That is how this game is played, and that is how you want to play this game. So that's pretty much all I can say, you guys. I've covered both aspects of Solemn Warning. I hope that people understand that I am not saying that this is a bad card. It is an amazing card. I am not saying that if you can't get it, too bad for you. I'm saying that if you have a way of getting it, try to. There is no substitution for Solemn Warning. Black Horn of Heaven is amazing, but is not good enough. It does not negate a normal summon. That is why Solemn Warning is amazing. That's all I got to say, you guys. Leave me your feedback. I expect to get a lot of feedback on this card review. I hope people understand where I'm coming from. I've done the good and the bad of Solemn Warning. That's what I'm going to title this video. Slim's card discussion, the good and the bad, Solemn Warning. I hope you guys, will check this out and really listen to what I'm saying, because I've really analyzed the card the best way I can. Yes, it's broken when it goes off. Is it unbeatable? No. There's cards like Seven Tools and Magatama that negate it and make you feel like shit when you activate it and pay 2,000. But that's all I got to say, you guys. Please, leave me your feedback. What do you guys think of Solemn Warning? Please don't leave me stupid shit. Don't tell me that Solemn Warning is so broken it needs to be banned. I've heard that before, and I really don't want to hear it anymore. So that's all I got to say about Solemn Warning, you guys. Leave your feedback below. Please continue to rate, comment, subscribe, thumbs things up. If you don't have warnings and you want to get them, go get them. They're an amazing investment. That's all I got to say. So thank you for watching.